I guess. He's
Oh shit. I just stopped the music prematurely.
Good boy.
What a hard-hitting start this is. Hello. Hello, hi. Hello, everybody.
You mean you stopped our royalty-free music prematurely?
The royalty-free music that I made myself, yes. Hello. Welcome. Hello and welcome to the Voices from Behind podcast. The podcast where every week we talk about the movies. I'm the host, Evo, and with me is the co-host.
The other Evo.
Who has the same name. That was awkward. My window bugged out, and I was like, and I was gonna try to fade it out, but for whatever reason, I just X'd it completely. Doesn't matter. Also, I set up a nice transition and everything for the actual scene and stuff, but that did not work. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore.
Nothing ever matters, boy.
Right off the bat, I'm just gonna say happy birthday to my dad.
Happy birthday, Evil's dad!
Yeah, he turns 51 today. Bless his cotton socks.
I haven't seen him since a long time ago.
A long time ago. Yeah, this is a podcast. This is episode 15 of said podcast. And we shall indeed be talking about a movie seen as how basically we give a movie to each other every week, and we discuss the movie the following week. But apart from that, we're going to talk about what we did over the week, discuss some news because Star Wars Celebration happened, and we're going to go briefly over that because I don't really want to go over Star Wars for days because I'm kind of tired of Star Wars. So you sir, you had a week, yes? Did you have a week? What did you do in your week?
I had a very, very normal week, but I had a fucking horrendous day-to-day.
Ooh.
Well, I was woken up by the fire alarm, which hasn't happened in close to a year. And it felt like someone was hitting me on the head with a shovel.
Ouch.
Boros. And there was this guy on the train who wasn't keeping his luggage in, checking his luggage, so it was in the middle of the aisle, and I tripped and fell over it because fucking creeped.
You know, that is something I've noticed. Well, I've always noticed it. Some people can be absolute idiots, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I mean, what?
I was gonna say you sound rather tired and pissed off. Is that the reason?
I'm crazy tired.
Oh, I won't keep you up too long tonight.
Unless
you want me to.
It's a pretty standard and normal week. It's just nothing special. You know, just started shit. I was watching shit. I was catching up to shit.
Okay.
That being said, apparently a new Twilight Zone is out.
Yep.
The first 4 episodes.
Yep.
I haven't checked it yet. It looks positively fucking horrendous, but I'll give it a watch.
For those that don't know, Evo likes to be skeptical about everything.
I mean, I have seen the original Twilight Zone. It's one of the most inventive and creative things, and this looks like, you see all that originality, all that thing that propelled modern TV to the where it is today, modern storytelling. Yeah, fuck that. We'll just change.
Yeah, no, I get it, but you never know. Jordan Peele's behind it, and you got a lot of good creators behind it, so you could...
I mean, Jordan Peele is heavily racist. Let's not even pretend that he's not. But he's working up on his refining working on refining his movie making, which is good.
Yeah.
Talking about movie making, I sent you a video like a couple of days ago. Something that literally all of us fucking skipped over because none of us knew this shit was coming.
Wait, did you send it on Facebook or on?
Yes, on Facebook.
I need to have a look at that again. Was that the Captain Marvel thing that you sent me?
Yes. Oh boy, that was a doozy. That was a fucking doozy. So
did you not know?
No, did you know that this shit was coming?
Yeah.
Why? Oh wait, you have Netflix.
Yep.
I don't have Netflix, so I don't give a shit.
I have Netflix, yes.
So
do elaborate then.
I mean, let me put it like this. So, it's about Brie Larson's directorial debut.
Yes.
Well, fair enough. I mean, that's good.
Nothing wrong with actors deciding to be directors, yeah.
Except she has zero fucking skill and training to do. Although, because she's turning 29, she's relatively young. She's a bit older than both of us.
She's like She's a year older than us.
Yeah, and you know, people are pointing it out. I said, like Jonah Hill, he was studying years after Scorsese, one of the better filmmakers of our generation.
Oh, she's 2 years older than us. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, she's turning 30 soon. So she was like, so it's like, oh, this is someone pointed out, Jonah Hill was studying under Scorsese for years.
Yep.
And he spent years more in respect for the craft and honing it so he can create this stuff. So he can create a good movie, which he ended up doing. No, apparently Brie Larson decided to skip all that shit. and Netflix decided to white knight her. Fair enough, by listing her accolades and achievements, and purely statistically speaking, if you're gonna point out fucking statistics, because statistics are fucking horrible. But hey, if you wanna talk statistics, numbers don't fucking lie, bitch. It's just how it. So, I mean, they tried to white knight her, whatever. So the movie comes out. It's called Purple Unicorn or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And fucking Netflix bash it to the ground. Holy shit, they ripped a new one. They completely and utterly shit all over it. So literally turns out that Netflix white knight the movie for them to just bash it, to have like premium space to bash. What the that's a big oof. That's a big oof. Holy shit, that's a big
maximum oofs.
I mean, at least don't white knight it. Just you gave her a platform because apparently she's milking everything she can from the Captain Marvel stuff. Okay, I'll admit I'm not mad about that one. It's just she is free to do that one. Good for her. She is trying to get her to do more, even though her narrative and whatever it's just not there at all. It's like, you remember I was discussing this with a friend. I was like, I give Spike Lee a lot of shit, and I'll continue giving Spike Lee a lot of shit until I die. But this, he's a director. This is a person that I can say he's a director. He has a vision. He has the style, which I don't necessarily like at all, or a vision that I necessarily agree at all, or a narrative he pushes that I don't like at all. But it's there. She has none of it. None of it. He has training. He has years of honing his craft. She's got none of it. I was like, for the first time when I was looking through this, I was like, oh my god. I for the first time in my life, I'm going to say something positive about Spike Lee. At least I consider him a director. At least for me, he is there. He's someone. He's not like the guy behind the cell. I always forget that guy's name.
Behind what?
The cell. You know.
Oh, Ang Lee. Is it Ang Lee? That's not Ang Lee. It's another artsy person.
It's Starsim Sin. Starsim Singh.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you know, Starsim Singh is kind of the same guy because he did video shows for REM and other groups. So basically, he did not video shows but music videos.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a start.
Well, that's how what's his name? Zack Snyder started as well. He was a music director before. He was a music video director before he became a movie director.
Yeah, but the thing is like Tarzan Singh falls into that category with the guy who did the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, I think. Yeah. And the guy who did Gem, which is a movie I'm not gonna watch because I don't fucking like. It's like you let this music video style flow into your movie making, and it doesn't look good.
I guess.
I mean, you can always say symbolism, but no, fuck you, man. Symbolism that's been dead for fucking decades, for centuries even. No way, it's not centuries, decades. Let's go with decades. Let's be sure I say decades. None of us want to see that shit. It's dead. It's dead, especially people who symbolism in literature is a very painful fucking moment in our study curriculum.
It got shoved down our throats at school. That's what it was.
Well, no, because the people who fucking wrote it, it's just our language. It just gives in way too much to symbolism, so it's pretty good when it comes to that shit.
Yeah.
And the people who wrote it wrote a fucking massive pile of it, and we had to read most of it. And sometimes it's so fucking nonsensical. It's just like. You know that feeling when you see advanced math and you don't even fucking remember basic math.
Yeah, you kind of look at advanced math and you go, 1 plus 1 is 7.
No. And you look at the solution. And you're just reading fancy words like open up the thesaurus. It's the same shit. It's literally the same shit. You're reading one thing, you're not understanding it, and explanations behind it make even less fucking sense.
Yeah.
And somehow gives you an answer. You're like,
somehow an answer appears, and you're like, okay, yeah. I'll just say that I understood that, and I'll just leave it at that.
I also watched today the new Hellboy.
All right, you watched the new Hellboy. And what is thine opinion on the new Hellboy?
It's really bad.
Oh no,
really bad.
From what I heard from some of my favorite reviewers, they said that the first 2/3 are pretty decent, and then the moment the climax hits, the whole movie just turns to absolute shit.
No, I think the whole movie is fucking messed to begin with. No,
there was quite a bit of a kerfuffle while they were making it.
I mean, here's the thing. You remember what I told you about when I watched the trailer? How all the good bits would be in the trailer.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, it's the same. Remember that whole scene where Hellboy was riding a dragon and with a fucking flaming sword?
Was that the very end?
No.
Oh.
First of all, that's a what-if situation. Second of all, the flaming sword is Excalibur.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, he's a descendant of King Arthur or something.
King Arthur's daughter married a demon and gave birth to him. That's the official explanation. So he's the last person in the world who can wield Excalibur. I just roll with it.
It's magical mumbo jumbo, so you can let it slide, I guess.
But this came out of fucking nowhere. It made literally zero fucking sense. And it's just dumb. And Mila Jovovich was so fucking hammy. I mean, it's Mila Jovovich. At this point, I'd be surprised if she acted. She's just there to look pretty. And I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining at all.
I'm not complaining. It's just it tries to be so gritty, but it ends up being fucking edgy as shit. But this is the one good thing I have to say now. Most of the effects were so-so, because the thing is, like, occasionally the effects look good, occasionally the effects look really bad. There's one point where Hellboy blew half of Mila Jovovich's head. That effect was horrendous. But at the end,
I heard something about goopy ghosts that did not look great.
Oh yeah, but those are literally for like half a second on screen, so you don't give a shit about that. No, but at the end you see the demons from hell rise up and try to take over London. And here's the fun fact: the design of them and the effects are really good.
That's the ones that you saw in the trailers that were like impaling people and going through destroying like the bridges and shit, weren't they?
Yeah,
the massive ones.
They look really good, and they're literally for 15 seconds or so.
Right.
And you know, I wish there was more of this rather than having some fucking other stuff. You know, the giants were made really good, but the fighting scene with the giants was not.
Okay.
It's just
it's weird because you can. this movie was in development for so long, and it went through like rewrites and everything. And now recently, it turns out that Ian McShane and David Harbour themselves were like rewriting scenes before they shot them.
I mean, it's just a lot of it is there is a potential for a good movie there, but it's the potential for a movie that should have come out like 10 years ago.
That's you remember, that's what I said last week. That it just looked like it could have been better. It could have been like a really good third movie in a row after Del Toro's films. Maybe,
like I said, the second Del Toro movie was a piece of shit. The first one was at least decent, and they made reference to the first movie. I'll give them that.
I know. I heard that Rasputin and the Sand Nazi were there.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
For like half a fucking minute.
Doesn't matter. Rasputin and the Clockwork Nazi. That's all I care about.
And Rasputin says, "Idi nahuy," and I'm.
Yep, that's
okay.
the movie is a straight 10 straight away.
I'll take that one. And the Sand Nazi just runs away and never appears again because fucking sequel bait. By the way, it finishes up with them finding Abe Sapien.
Oh shit! So Abe's not in the film.
Yeah, Abe's not in it. And this puts us to there. Remember how there was this were-jaguar?
The guy in the trailer, the Asian guy, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like, the were-jaguar part. I mean, he's a big part of the movie, but see, he's a were-jaguar.
So he's the cat man, yeah.
I always forget the correct term for it, so I could just Wikipedia this shit, but whatever. I'll probably mispronounce it either way because it's not native. Well, you see him only twice.
Oh.
I mean, did
he look expensive to make, or did they just use him sparingly?
He didn't look expensive at all, because at this point, the first time you see him, actually it's 3 times, but the first time there is a backstory of him explaining how he met the were-jaguar in Belize for some reason, which give me a second, I'm actually interested.
Doing research on jaguars, that's great.
No, I'm on Belize actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm fucking confused. I thought Belize was the other fucking part of it.
While you're doing that, you know how last week I was saying that my computer was freaking out and that I was losing frames and shit?
Yeah.
Do you know what that turned out to be?
You needed to update the Windows update?
Exactly. It was Windows updates happening while we were streaming, which I've told the computer several times that I don't want any notifications or any updates happening while I'm using OBS, and it still did it because Windows updates are great.
Okay, so it checks out. It's fine. It is. So I don't know why I thought Belize was in another part of the world, but I'm dumb like that. So it just it kind of. How should I put it? It kind of works. Because he's not put much in the movie, but at the same time, you advertise it, so it's kind of expected for you to show it a bit more, but you don't, because he's a herder. We're not working with monsters here, and you're like, motherfucker.
You're a monster yourself, you racist prick.
Yes, and he's Asian, so he's immune to. Wait, no. And he has the cringiest fucking dialogue.
I said it today at work. And I said it before, racism and prejudice and being a prick does not discriminate. Doesn't matter.
No, but so it gets worse. So he has the cringiest dialogue I've seen in quite some time. So apparently he goes into this shop where they give him the special bullet to kill Hellboy if everything goes to shit. Spoiler alert: he doesn't use it.
What a surprise.
And he fucking destroys it because he's dumb as bricks and doesn't save it for the really desperate times. I'm pretty sure that's
for when Hellboy decides to turn back to being the devil. Yeah.
And he goes. They start talking. He's like, "Can you do it?" And he's like, "Before I joined M11,
yeah,
I was a risk assessor." And I was doing this. He literally says like I was doing advanced mathematics to determine risk. I'm like, oh, you motherfucker!
Son of a bitch! How dare you use my own maths against me?
He doesn't even fucking use it. He's like, the numbers don't lie. I know exactly what the risk is. Just you cringy bastard. But yeah, it's
forget
pretty
it.
bad.
What do you give it out of a 10?
5.
That's mediocre at least. It's not like horrific.
Bruh, considering the movies that came out are going to come out in the next 2 months, 5 is really fucking bad.
I guess, yeah.
I mean,
I'll be honest, I had a feeling it might have been a flop from the get-go. Ever since I saw the very first trailer that they used the pop song and everything, I was like, what's happening? I thought they were going with dark with this film.
Also this horrendous rendition of Here I Am by the Scorpion in fucking Spanish.
Why didn't they just use the Scorpions track?
Because he was fighting a lucha libre in fucking Tijuana against Camazotz, which is the dumbest thing in existence because it makes no fucking sense.
Oh, it sounds so stupid. Okay, yeah.
And Camazotz is not the way they portrayed him, because Camazotz is a fucking bat, a large ass bat in Shibawa that hunts really calmly and collectively. He's a patient hunter, not a fucking lucha libre that dies like a bitch. Because, you know, Shibalanki and his brother weren't able to kill him. They were barely able to fucking... it's just, you know, fuck it, just fuck it.
The only film that I can think of that has really good cover, you know, that has like a proper covers of songs in the soundtrack that actually works, that I can think of right now, is The Gambler. Because he said The Gambler is the one with Mark Wahlberg where he plays a gambler.
Give me a second.
It's the soundtrack to that film is fucking stellar. It's basically just covers of pop songs and of like, you get reggae covers of Pink Floyd songs and you get like a choir cover of Creep by Radiohead. It's a really good soundtrack.
I didn't watch this movie. Oh, by the way, guess who's in that movie?
Who?
Brie Larson.
Which movie?
The Gambler.
Oh, is she?
Yes.
Okay. It's a really good film. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Anything else of note? Oh, go on.
Oh, I started playing a lot of what's the word for it? Yeah, a lot of Doom mods recently.
Okay. Speaking of that, go on. I'll talk to me about the Doom mods.
Because the thing is, it's a game that's gonna come out at some point called Proteus.
I was about to ask you if you've seen Proteus.
Of course I've seen
Proteus. It's made by two of the dudes that were in charge of the new Doom, and it pretty much looks like a pixelized version of the new Doom.
Guess who's making the fucking soundtrack?
Who?
Andrew Hushoot.
Oh.
I swear, if you wanna have a good FPS soundtrack nowadays, you just go and fucking hire Andrew Hushoot. He's gonna shit out some good stuff. The goodliest, the bestest stuff.
How'd you spell his freaking last name?
Hushoot, like Hul shoot, like in German shoot.
Oh, Hulschult. Yeah.
Oh no, as in Shult.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Hulschult.
Yep. Guy's a fucking monster. This guy shits out music like he's like the video game equivalent of Ennio Morricone.
It just doesn't do anything bad. It's just like top-notch shit.
Just. I mean, do you even bro, bruh? Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you even bro, bruh?
Proteus looks. Is it Proteus?
Yeah, Proteus.
Proteus. I've misspelled it.
Like Prodeus.
Yeah, Prodeus. That's what I'm looking for. Not Prodeus. Yeah, Proteus. I saw a preview of. You know Matt from Best Friends Play, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
whatever.
sent him basically just a pre-alpha just for him under his name and everything, and he did recently like a full-on gameplay review on his channel. It's like half an hour. It's just him like stumbling through the level, but honestly, the game looks fucking great.
Right, you can get it on Kickstarter for 20 quid.
I know, but you can prepay £20, or can you get the first level for £20? Which one is it?
No, because it's in pre-alpha. This is a pre-alpha.
Yeah.
Mind you, this is pre-alpha. This is just one level. It's in pre-alpha, and look at the fucking polish.
It looks
So it's
great.
like
It looks, especially that lighting, the lighting that they use or whatever it is. That's
So you-
spectacular.
Yeah, so you're prepaying $20. You get a digital name and a name, the digital game,
Okay.
and your name in the credits plus wallpapers and stuff.
Okay, that's not bad. Basically, the game was, they wanted, this just converted for me into pounds on Kickstarter. They wanted 40,261 pounds
Yeah.
to
The game is good.
reach it, and they got 60,000 at the moment, with 2,000
Okay.
backers and another 5 days to go.
The thing is, it's gonna get even more because
Yep.
G-Man Lives, this Aussie reviewer who does mostly FPS games.
Yep.
He gave it favorable reviews, and that's
Everybody's giving it
what-
favorable reviews. It's a 3D
I
game where
saw-
they made the enemies that are 3D look like fucking sprites. So anything that
'cause the
looks
thing
like
is-
that, I'll give it a good time.
The thing is, it's like it's different because unlike any build engine, and this I heard from another guy that I'm from, he said like this. So unlike in build engines and build engines where sprites are 8-fold, these look 16-fold.
Yeah.
And that's why it has this very bizarre look to it. The modeling and the sprite look is fucking amazing.
I love
Although
the way
don't
this
like
game looks. I'm not even kidding. Nothing on the market right now looks like this.
We should get. There's a couple more games that you should be looking for.
Okay.
One of which is Iron Commando.
I heard about that as well.
And I also showed you the Quake game, whose sprite work is fucking banana.
Yep.
That game's fucking. No, wait. Medieval is different. This one was. For fuck's sake, I forgot the name. I'm not smoking, so I.
He's out smoking. It's fine. Would you like me to get into my week then, or have you got more things to say?
I mean. I don't know. Just weird shit all around. So that, like I said, I started playing Doom mods. And some of the Doom mods, I played Project Brutality, which is fucking shit.
Project Brutality is not too bad. It's just a lot of unnecessary gore and.
Nah. You're wrong, because the thing is, you have reload in a Doom game. In levels that are not supposed to be.
Why would you have reload? And that was the biggest complaint people have with Doom 3. Why would you mod that into the original Doom, the game that was based on not reloading and running as fast as you fucking can?
Well, you're reloading new Doom, and people are not complaining. But that game was made, the original Doom. Man, and also because you have AI companion.
Okay.
It took me a whole fucking day to beat tricks and traps. Which is hello.
That's a loud siren.
It took me a whole day to beat tricks and traps.
Oh.
I finished that. I finished that level in the original Doom 2 in less than 2 minutes. It's just so bad, man. It's like everything is like I don't know. The sheer fact that because most of the guns they don't have any ammo count on how much ammo they have in current gun, so every time I just have to press R. And if you get a new weapon, you have to press R so you can reload and start shooting.
Is that not like is there not like a auto load option or something like that?
When you finish the bullets, sure, but the normal shotgun is basically an 8, I think.
Okay.
8 shells you have to load in, and it doesn't say anywhere how many shells are loaded in, so you have to keep mental track.
Okay.
And
is there not like a fancy counter on the weapon itself, like you do in Doom 3? No.
No, at least not in this couple of Project 2.01, I think.
Whatever it is, that's just a bit off kilter.
But there's also a couple of really good Doom mods that I highly suggest. One of them is called Head On.
I've heard of Head On.
It's a total conversion mode. It's really good, but really fucking confusing. Sometimes I feel like I need to walk through some of the shit because it's fucking confusing. Is where I have to go, what I have to do. There's also Abysm. Yeah, I think it's Abysm, which is basically when you combine Heretic and Hexen and Doom in one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And it has it's a kind of a total conversion, but with the enemies have HP pass, which you can see, and weapons function a little bit differently. And it's like this overall hub level with mini dungeons that you have to go in, and questing system. for you to get money. I mean, it's people in the years I remember because it actually popped off in my head a couple of I don't know months ago. I remember a time and day where modding was there was a legitimate discussion about modding being banned because it's a copyright infringement. Yeah, but this was the fucking 90s, man. This was years ago.
The 90s, nobody cared. You kidding me?
No, people cared a lot about the modding because during that time, it was another school shooting, the most famous school shooting that actually started all this shit, and they blamed it all on the Doom mods and Doom as a game. No, but the thing is, like, the person who did it made a personal level in the game was basically his school in a Doom game. So you can guess how that one ended.
No.
You cannot find that level anymore. It's being deleted.
Well, no shit.
There are videos of it, kind of snippets and bits out there, but it did exist at some point. They just, you can't get it anymore for obvious reasons. Yeah, a lot of people started off with doing fucking levels in modding with the years. Yeah. Fuck you, Randy.
God damn it, Randy.
You, Randy. No. Fuck you, Randy.
Okay.
And it was like, and it got so many games, so many things happened through modding. So many games are still alive because of modding. Like, holy shit, I mean, bar the fucking original Doom.
Bethesda games used to live just on modding for ages. There's some games, even some of the Fallout games, like 3 and New Vegas, that are pretty much unplayable without the proper mods sometimes.
Yeah, because fucking Todd Howard can't code for shit anymore.
Leave Jiren to me. Yeah. It doesn't. It's about the money. It's like...
No, if you want something fair... Again, I learned this recently through the same YouTube guy that told me about the sprites and stuff about the problem. Well, get this shit. He used to work for another company before he moved to Bethesda.
Okay.
And that company created 2 games. 2 Terminator games, by the way.
Oh.
Skynet is something else. Guess what?
What?
You still need community patches to make the game work.
Oh.
Oh dear lord. It's like, but it was cute and funny when he did it in Morrowind. Because he was a sole man who did the shit, so yeah, okay, it's broken, but it's broken for a reason. You can't expect one man to create a game like Morrowind and not be buggy as fuck, but at least it was funny buggy. We're not talking the Fallout 76 where Bethesda was the internet darling. It had so much fucking money to burn, so much money, and they don't do shit. Nah, fam. We're literally on the other side here. It's like, it's quite literally, you live along to see yourself the fucking villain at this point. You just can't make this shit up. Which reminds me, did you fucking finish Dusk already?
I nearly did, yes. I'm nearly at the end, actually. Wouldn't you believe it?
Which part are you on?
I got to the tornado, and the tornado killed me, and I kind of stopped because I fell asleep after that.
Yeah, you're not at the end. You have 4 more levels.
Shit. Okay, never mind. I am not at the end. But it's a really good time. That I actually quite like that level at the end with the tornado. It's a really good time. Speaking of that,
Zimansky's just so good, man. So fucking good.
I saw Shazam last week.
I was planning on seeing it at some point soon.
And it is all I wanted and more from
I asked my friends, is it too Ocean Man-y?
No,
not?
It's not Ocean Man-y at all. And it's you know what? A lot of people are comparing it to like the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
That's not a good comparison.
Well, no, I'm talking. They're talking about the whole he's selfish at the start but learns to become a hero by the end type of thing, where he makes where he starts.
That's literally every Spider-Man movie. Come on.
True, but for this you expect it because he's a 14-year-old kid and all of a sudden he's a superhero. So the first thing he does, he goes out busking. Him and Freddy go. He literally abandons Freddy at one point. And goes because it's in Philadelphia, so he goes on the steps where Rocky climbs the steps, yeah. And he's playing the Rocky soundtrack from a boombox, and he's doing lightning with his hands. to the beat of the music. So people are just giving him money, taking selfies with him and stuff, and he does the thing and electrocutes a bus and has to go save the bus, the same bus from the trailer.
Do you know that Rocky was a real life person?
Technically, yes. But anyway.
Do you know he's dead?
Yeah, I know. So technically, it's a... go on.
Do you know that he was killed by his wife?
Yep. I've did some research on that because I was watching the film some time ago, so I did like proper digging on it, and it's a pretty morbid sort of tale.
I know. It just baffles me every time.
So Shazam is quite good. Like it's not perfect in any way, but it's
there is no such thing as a perfect movie.
No, but it's full of whimsy and it's cheesy as hell, and it's set on Christmas as well. So it's like the perfect sort of film. If you have like a little cousin or something that doesn't like it, just take him to see this, and he'll get hype as fuck by the end.
Fair enough.
Like the acting in it's great. All the kids are great. There's literally no bad kid actor in this film, surprisingly somehow. But you'll like this because it wasn't shown in the trailers. This is more a monster movie than it is a superhero movie.
Fair enough.
And
but then again, you know my idea, my opinion on monster movies.
Look, there's monsters in it, and they fight the monsters. That's all you have to care about. And Mark Strong just pulls it out of the bag and chews scenery a bunch in places. And like Zachary Levi just plays a kid. So he basically, first time he realizes he has powers or like super speed or something, they see like a mugger in broad daylight in a park just mugging this girl. And was it broad daylight? Doesn't matter. And he jumps in to like stops the mugger, but the mugger's already like, she's already sprayed pepper in his face. And he's like, hey, what are you doing? What are you thinking doing picking on old ladies? And the girl kind of looks at him and goes, you're the same age as me. What do you mean? Yeah, old. I mean, I am clearly of the age, maybe 20 something, maybe 30. It's such a good time. Honestly, it's a really, really good film. And I highly recommend it to everybody who wants to have a good time and have fun. And it's kind of self-aware, but not self-aware to the point of, to where it gets annoying.
Yeah, fair.
And Mr. Mind is in it. That's about it. What else did I do? I had pizza again. It's becoming a problem. I mean, it's always been a problem.
Pizza is a vegetable in America.
Pizza is a vegetable in America, indeed. So it's one of my 5 a day. I was off last week as well, and pretty much the weather was nice all week, so I was out most of the time. Did a lot of drawing, did a bunch of walking about, a bunch of coffee, and now I'm back in work. And it kind of feels good to be back at work, if you know what I mean. When you're first week was fine. Then the second week I was bored out of my mind the whole time. I was texting people going, hey, do you want to do something today? Because I'm very bored. But
yeah, I do.
Yeah. So now I'm back in work, and you know how you were saying about the guy earlier who had his suitcases in the middle of the fucking aisle because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, what happened today? This woman comes in, and it was quiet-ish. Like, it wasn't super busy, but it was there were people in, and there's 1, 2, 3. There's quite. I don't know the exact table count in the cafe, but there's like a little area to the side where you were sat last time we were there, and there's 6 tables that are clean, and 1 table that is dirty or has like a couple of cups on it that I was just about to go take. So I served this woman, served her fucking teapot and her fucking scone. And scone. I'm not allowed to say scone.
Spoon.
A spoon. And with butter. So a server scone with her butter, and she picks it up, and obviously I turned around to give her the teapot, and she was already gone. She had taken the whole tray without a cup, without a tea. Basically, when you serve a teapot, you give it the teapot, the saucer, the cup, whatever. So I have the saucer on the plate, on the tray, I mean. and at the scone as well. So I put the scone down. I turn around because the teapot was was finished filling up, and I turn around and she's gone. I'm like,
and she's gone.
I'm like, one, you haven't paid me yet. Two, there's no milk on your tray. There's no teapot. There's no cup. The fuck are you going? Do you know where she went? She went and sat on the one dirty table in that area. It's like, why? Who hurt you? How does that even? How does your brain process that? It's like
because she wants a free scone with a free bowl.
She's not getting anything. Fucking forgot to get her back to pay. But do you know how often that happens? Not people walking away without shutting their tray. That's every day. I'm talking about people just sitting at dirty tables. Like clearly, that table has cups on it. Somebody has just left, and like. Did the hamster that's running the wheel in your head pass out and you decided to go and just sat at the one dirty table with another 4 tables of the exact same variety next to it that are clean? Like, are you just that mentally deficient? And I'll say a story like yeah.
Yes.
I'll say a story like this to my mom or something. I'll just rant. We're talking on the phone and she goes, "Well, maybe that's where she wanted to sit." And I'm like, "Would you sit on a dirty table with another 4 around it that are clean?" And she goes, "No." Well, then she's a fucking idiot. It's pretty simple. Suck my dick, idiot.
Suck my dick. Suck my motherfucking dick. Okay. Sure.
So yeah, people are idiots, especially in our cafe because it's in a big department store, so a lot of them assume they're higher class even though they're coming to pay $2.10 for a tea and then get mad because there's water in their saucer even though.
But I don't ask for water. I ask for anything but water.
Can I? And I'll have some of your complimentary tap water, please. And I'm like, it's right behind you. Oh, I have to pour it myself. Yeah.
Yes, please. I mean, do you have fucking hands for that?
It's my favorite one where they go, I'll have an extra hot Americano, please. And you're like, that's, like, would you like me to, like, I don't know, use my telekinesis to make the water that's coming out of the machine hotter? Because I can try and do that. Let me press the does fuck all button on the machine, and that will obviously trigger the hotness of the water to increase. So, the news has happened.
Yeah, last week I kind of skimmed over CTA's new movie, which is a big fucking mistake.
He said it.
No, but I didn't say much about the movie.
Okay.
Okay, so it's Sid Haig who's playing a pot farmer leading a cult.
Of course he was.
It has also Joe Estevez as the lawmaker who does not like him and wants him brought down. Yes, and Robert Zeda's last role. This is officially Robert Zeda's last movie before he suddenly passed away.
Oh.
Chin Man has passed away.
The man of many chins, yes.
And this is a movie that's so fucking dumb. So absolutely imbecilic by the looks of it. It's worth watching. It's not a horror movie, it's more like a cop-out comedy. Because it's like, there's a lot of shooting involved. I mean, there are hillbillies that grow pot in America.
Okay.
And the lawmen don't like them pot makers. We don't like these damn kinds in these damn parts.
Oh god, right.
And Robert fucking Zeda. It's a movie that I'd suggest people check out when they come on. By the way, did you see Lord of Chaos?
No, I haven't had the chance.
Did you see the death scene at least?
Yes, I saw the Jesus Christ, I saw the death scene, yeah.
It's so good, man. Okay, this is let me explain. It's so visceral, it's so detailed, and it's so slow burning when he does it. It's literally worth just for that one thing.
Yeah, it's one of those scenes where you look at it and you go, "Ooh, Jesus fucking Christ."
But see, the movie is 18 plus, man.
Yeah, no, I completely get that. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it says on the tin, as the Brits say.
I mean, Let me get back to the Hellboy for a second. So Hellboy is 15 plus. So they try to do a lot of swearing.
Yeah, that was one of the main complaints people had. That basically they had an R rating, so they went, oh, we swearing.
I mean, it comes off as edgy and not being good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But get this shit. In Hellboy, the guy, let me just find him. He's that.
Ian McShane.
Yeah, he plays Odin in the Thing in American Gods.
Yeah, he's a really good actor. I have actually had several conversations with him. I've served him a bunch of times at the Hilton in Manchester, and
nice.
Stupidest thing I said, because it was my first shift there doing a breakfast shift, so it was like 6 a.m. or 7, whatever. I'm not awake. Ian McShane walks in. I pour his coffee, and I kind of look at him and I go, "Do I know you from somewhere?" And then the moment I said it, it clicks and I go, "Mr. McShane, I'm so sorry. Please, I'm really." He goes, "No, it's okay. Don't worry about it." He is from Manchester, by the way.
I mean, he's really amazing. Thing is, like, because he literally reappraises his role as Odin in American Gods, yeah. And he does the same shit in Hellboy. It's kind of I'm not gonna say degrading, but it's kind of grueling at some point.
The gruff type.
No, as in the extremely sweary type.
Oh, right.
Kinda. I mean, he's a very direct approach.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a little bit about too much Bulgarian in there, but just because we are who we are, so we do shit in a specific way. It kind of feels like the same way, especially in American Gods when he says like "fuck God" and "come hard." And you're like, well, sure. I mean, but then again, you're a god.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
they're like, oh, okay, all right, okay.
And, it's like, and also, and this other swearing, it's there, but it cannot, it could not be there. The blood and the guts, fine, but the swearing is over. On the other side, you go to Lords of Chaos, where everything's there for a fucking reason.
Yeah, but that makes sense in an 18+ film. It's X-rated at this point. It might as well be a porno.
I mean, no, but the thing is, movie they don't swear for the sake of for the fucking rating. It's there because it literally serves a fucking purpose.
That's the one thing that I've always noticed about R-rated films, that especially comedies in a lot of cases, that they swear for the sake of swearing because swearing is funny, and it just comes off as silly.
I mean, it literally, the Hellboy opens up with the line, "It was the medieval ages, and it's not called the medieval fucking ages for no reason." And like, 3 seconds in, and it's cringy.
3 seconds in, and I'm already cringing. That's great. So, the news that we were saying.
Yes, there's not much news actually.
Several trailers this week. Several trailers.
I haven't watched them. If you're gonna ask me about the Star Wars trailer, I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it. I don't fucking care. Make it fucking end.
They said They said they were going on a hiatus after this one.
No, fucking end it. I don't want.
No more Star Wars.
No more. My fucking childhood's been raped and destroyed by you. Enough. Enough is enough.
Well,
at this point, I fucking
speaking of childhood,
Jar Jar.
Speaking of childhood, Child's Play has another trailer where we finally get to see Chucky properly, and you get to hear him as well.
By the way, just wait. I'm gonna leave this here. And this is a bit of a doozy because it opens up a very interesting thing. So there is this short movie called The Shipment that's gonna debut at Tribeca.
Okay.
And it costs $1 million.
Okay.
See, here's the question. Why the fuck is it $1 million?
$1 million.
I mean, it's
okay.
For a short movie.
How long is it?
Most shorts take between, 15 minutes tops, I think. This is literally what I consider a short one, 15 minutes. I have seen some really good ones. I've seen some really bad ones. I've seen some middling ones. Some that are like 10 minutes. 10 minutes is like a good short. And you can tell a lot in 10 minutes. You can tell ish. I think I haven't shown you. There is this YouTube channel Crypt TV.
Yeah.
Do you know it?
Yeah, I know it.
Have you seen Butch?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay.
Oh god,
I'm
that
gonna.
was loud.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so this is a short movie.
Okay.
It's 4 minutes.
Oh, I've seen The Birch. I have definitely seen The Birch. Oh, fuck me. Yes, I have seen The Birch.
See, this is a short movie. It literally tells a single story in as little time as possible.
And it's one of the creepiest fucking things I've ever seen.
It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I fucking like it.
That's what I'm saying. It's still like creepy as hell though.
And this genre is mostly horror movie, but whatever. And I don't think there is a movie that's above 15 minutes. But all those shorts is like, so if you put it like 15 minutes, so I'd say top 15 minutes, where the fuck did that 1 million go? Where did it go?
Well, this one seems to be very sci-fi as well. I'm guessing there's CGI in it or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, trailers. Mortal Kombat 11 has the official launch trailer.
Couldn't give two shits.
It's hype as fuck. They play the original Mortal Kombat theme, but it's like slightly remixed, and it's woo. I am happy to see Mortal Kombat 11 be a thing. I cannot wait to watch all the videos and not play the game.
Because it's one.
No,
Too much hype.
I don't care. It's Mortal Kombat. I'll always be hyped for Mortal Kombat. I don't care how bad or good it gets.
I mean, so my Ronda Rousey was voicing
Sonya.
Yeah. I'm so against this.
Sound great. So also the new Fast and Furious, the Hobbs and Shaw, The Rock and Jason Statham. That has a new trailer. For those of you who don't want to get the movie spoiled, don't watch the trailer because it's pretty much the entire movie summarized in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Because that.
Yeah. I mean, it looks fun, but I'll be honest, if they hadn't shown that last minute of the trailer, I would have been more excited seeing it at the cinema, but whatever. It's just that. Why would you make the trailer show that? It just pisses me off because it's like it happens so often now. Like Spider-Man: Homecoming, before that came out, all the trailers spoiled the film.
By the way, there is a trailer for the new movie, The Conjuring. Annabelle, another Annabelle movie.
A new Annabelle film. Okay.
Well, it looks pretty decent.
Because Annabelle Creation was pretty decent, and it's the same guy that directed Shazam. So.
Well, Annabelle bad, but hey.
Annabelle 1, is that you and I went to see that, didn't we?
Mm-mm.
No,
it was me and Vespa. We went to see something different. I'm pretty sure I didn't.
It was definitely the first Annabelle we went to see because it was the woman that stabbed the guy in the first scene. No, we definitely went to see the first Annabelle together, and it was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Okay, so the reasoning behind that is if you watch the second movie, that's the possessed girl from the second movie from Creation that is Annabelle's demon that possesses her, and she stabs the woman so she can transfer her soul to the baby, but she fails and she transfers to the doll.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Kind of Chucky-esque a little bit with the doll
okay,
transfer.
But the thing is, by the way, if you haven't noticed, also she was part of the Helter Skelter.
Yeah, I know.
Like, which is fucking stupid on so many levels. But let's keep that.
Also, Dark Phoenix has its final trailer, whatever it is, and
I haven't seen one, and I don't want to see it either because
it looks kind of silly, but it also looks like it ties everything in a neat bow.
Do you know that there is a X-Men game for PC?
Which one?
Apocalypse: Ravages of Time.
X-Men Apocalypse.
It is a total conversion mode for Quake.
Seriously? What's the subtitle?
Apocalypse: Ravages of Time.
Ravages of Time? Oh, okay. X-Men: The Ravages of Apocalypse is an original first-person X-Men game using the Quake engine.
Quake 1.
Oh,
mind
God.
You. Mate, listen. The fucking model work is stellar. It's absolutely fucking stellar. I mean,
is it on Steam?
No.
Is it free?
No. I don't think it's actually free.
Zero Gravity Entertainment. Okay, carry on. I am listening.
Okay, so what happened was several people came together and tried to total conversion Quake that's basically gonna be the next man. And Marvel came in, fucking bastard, and said, "We're gonna let you work on this. We're gonna give you the money, but we need it to be shit out for Christmas, because every fucking kid in the 90s was just begging for them to shoot their favorite heroes because it's always fucking ridiculous."
Yeah.
And the game is, I mean, you can run it, but you need to run it with specific other.
There you go. I can literally download X-Men Ravagers of the Apocalypse, and it's 26 megabytes.
But no, because Quake 2, you need one more mod to make it work.
And it's there's the updated source code download as well.
You don't source Quake. You don't do this. You do the other one. The OpenGL, I think. I can't remember. I have the original Quake on my Steam. That's not a problem. But you need it to run not the source Quake.
It's a pack file. Okay. Yeah.
So for you to run that, you need the original Quake game plus I forgot which one. So you run it in the original Quake through that specific mod that updates the files. Then through there you run the PK3 file because it's a PK3 file, isn't it? It's a PK3 file, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can play the game. The game is pretty fucking bad. Because the thing is, they fucked up. They royally screwed the pooch. Because old school FPS games. How did character progression happen in old school games?
You get the weapon and you shoot with the weapon.
You get new weapons, you get new enemies. Well, here you get every weapon in a space of 5 minutes. You make horrendous switch puzzles that make fucking hacks and switch puzzles look like look positively good.
Oh, that's a bit shit.
And it's way too fucking overpowered. The guns are way too underpowered. And the enemies are fucking assholians. But the bosses are, well, they're pretty shit, but they're better than the original Quake bosses. But that's not saying much, since the original Quake bosses were a joke. You literally telefract Nip Shigurath. It's just, what the fuck is this garbage?
Right. So, have you ever heard of this film, by the way? That's called Hail Satan.
I think so.
It's like a documentary about when they made the first Satanist church in the U.S. And
in Detroit.
I don't know what it is, but it's getting really good reviews. And there's a trailer out for it. Trailer's been out for a bit actually, but I was going to talk about it a couple of weeks ago, but never got the chance. Yep, that's the one. Just you can turn the sound down though, because I can hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that looks fun. It looks funny. It looks like, based on true story. Blah blah blah.
Oh, I see Sundance.
Yeah.
Fucking Sundance. Yeah, I think this is Detroit, maybe.
What? I don't know what it is, but it seems like a good time, so I might go see it when it comes.
No way, it's Capitol, it's Washington. I don't know, because I remember they unveiled a 7-foot bronze statue of Baphomet. Like fucking.
Yep.
That had one of the biggest memes of the internet for the time. The guy.
Yep.
It's
quite a bit based on that. Okay, so Variety from today, has given us this great news. I'm not sure how great of news it is, but you know who Toho are, don't you?
Oh yeah, I know who Toho are.
So Godzilla owner Toho, poised for expansion in Hollywood.
Fair enough.
So Toho, the largest movie group in Japan, is expanding a subsidiary in the U.S. with a view to working more with Hollywood. Basically they're gonna open a subsidiary in the U.S. to work with Hollywood, and they're injecting, and the subsidiary has been injected with $14 million.
Fair enough. That doesn't.
They haven't provided many details.
Welcome, one and all.
I can still hear that.
No, which also reminds me,
Go on.
Sony has released the PlayStation 5 details.
Sony.
Yes.
PlayStation
CPU,
5?
GPU.
Oh.
Yeah, CPU, GPU, SSD, some shit. Backwards compatibility stuff.
I don't care.
And also, apparently, Star Wars Jedi, the Fallen Order with microtransactions. And I'll believe that when I fucking see it.
Yeah, that they said they wouldn't have it.
Yeah, so did Fallout 76, and look what they're doing now.
Anyway,
I will believe it when I fucking see it.
Yeah, you know of Yasuke, don't you? Or Yasuke. It's the only African samurai in history.
Yeah, sure.
MGM are gonna make a film about him.
Yeah, fuck this. That's an instant skip.
MGM will mount Yasuke, an action film that is based on the true story of history's only recorded African samurai in feudal Japan.
That's an instant fucking skip. That's like, so you're having white people make a movie about a black person in an Asian culture. Skip.
No, it's not. It's made by Stuart C. Paul, who's written the script.
White people in Hollywood, because they would be the ones behind the movie. They'd be the production. They will make a movie about a black person in Asian culture. I have never seen a bigger skip in my life. That's like a no. That's like a red light. I mean, might as well have a Spike Lee behind the movie, and you know where this shit's going. You're like, fuck this. And no, I know it's probably not gonna be Spike Lee. They're gonna have some other more do it.
No, I don't know who they're using and who they're not.
I'm gonna say Jordan Peele because he's the hot shit, so they'll probably try and get Jordan Peele to do it, and he'd be interested because he said on record he doesn't want to cast white people as the main characters. So this is the premium place that we know. Right? We can't say anything bad because they can't cast a white person playing a black guy because that's not gonna run out well. Which reminds me.
Go on.
Last week in Twitch, something happened.
Oh?
So apparently there's this streamer, I don't know, you can find when you Google this shit, even YouTube it. And she was cosplaying an Apex Legends character who's black.
Oh, she got banned for blackface. Yeah.
Yeah, it's particularly. The thing is, and here is the really damning fucking thing. She didn't do it on stream. She did it off stream, a personal fucking time, and she still got banned on Twitch.
Yeah, she was suspended for a blackface cosplay.
I don't believe that this should be considered racist. Not because the whole blackface thing. Blackface thing can be really racist, but she didn't do it to offend anyone. She is a cosplayer. Cosplayers are literally paid money to do this shit. They're literally paid to dress up and mimic that they're someone from a virtual fucking reality medium. Let's go with that one. They either be games, anime, fucking whatever. And she went above and beyond because she can't be white to do Lifeline because Lifeline is black, so she can't do it. So yeah, she kind of did it, but she didn't do it to offend anyone. She did it because cosplaying. And you know, okay, fine. You might not like it. You might think that's racist. You might not think it's racist. It's really divided. But the problem stands in. She did this in her personal time, away from Twitch, and she got banned on Twitch for some reason.
Well, people have done dumber things and been banned for dumber things. So,
I mean, let me put it like this: Twitch moderation is literally one of the dumbest, most imbecilic things in existence. A couple of months, like half a year ago, there was this channel that was literally streaming 24/7 porno on Twitch. By the way, getting that because of course why not? And the only reason why he got banned is because people on Reddit found out about it and they were just spamming the top comments like, "Oh my god, look at this guy! Look at this Twitch! He's just spamming porn." If they didn't do it, no one would fucking know. They got fucking viewers in. I mean, it wasn't fucking spectacular, but you know,
it was porno on Twitch. Yeah, I get it, but at this point, it's just it's news that's there for the sake of shock.
I mean, no. I mean, he did it not because of trying. I mean, he did it for other. But it's kind of fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Speaking of hilarious or not so hilarious, we're not going to talk about Notre Dame. I refuse to talk about that. It's been talked to death.
So do I. If you wanna except if you wanna talk about BuzzFeed, who did an oopsie.
Everybody's done an oopsie over Notre Dame. It's already been repaired. It's already in the plans to get repaired, and it's already got enough money behind it to get it repaired, and all the art's been saved. That's all that matters. We're not going to talk about it.
But also, I mean, Borderlands 1 and 2 got review bombed.
Yep. Because they're not great games.
I mean, yeah, I know Borderlands 1 and 2 are not great games, but they got bombed because Randy Pitchford, in the fucking cunt himself, the cunt master himself.
The cunt boy.
Let me put it like this. If you think Andrew Wilson is bad, Randy Pitchford was around for way fucking longer than him. And he's going to be even around longer because Andrew Wilson is nearing his end.
Yeah.
And Randy Pitchford, of course, went on tirade about, this is why we don't put games on Steam. No, motherfucker, you don't put games on Steam because no one fucking likes you. And no one wants to buy that shit. I mean, he's an idiot savant.
Because Colonial Marines, Randy. Not Andy.
No, it's not that. I mean, I've played for 90s FPS. I know Randy Pitchford from his time at fucking, not before Gearbox, from his time in fucking Duke Nukem. By the way, he's the guy that owns the IP for fucking Duke Nukem.
I know. Duke Nukem forever, Randy.
No. Do you know what that bastard did?
No.
He removed the Megaton edition, which you cannot buy anymore.
I have it on Steam.
I also have it, but you cannot buy it anymore.
Why? It's the best edition of Duke 3D.
Because fucking Randy Pitchford.
It's literally the best one because it runs on everything and it's optimized for everything.
He removed it and he put another fucking edition that costs way more money and gives you less.
Big shocker.
I mean, this is just like type of I remember him from the times in Duke Nukem. I remember the shit. And here's the thing. I went back and I reviewed every person that I viewed. Sorry, I didn't review. I viewed every person who made levels for Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Whenever I told you that episode 1 was the best Duke Nukem episode, and everything else goes down. Well, he didn't do a single level in episode 1. And episode 1. I think it was mission 4, maybe 5. Starts like this. So in the previous level, the aliens get a hold of you.
Yes.
And they capture you. So next level starts, you're electrocuted in a fucking chair, you bust out, you kill big cops with your kicks, you get a gun, you break out the fucking prison, you kill shit, you go into a fucking church, you find the Doom Space Marine, you kill the Rise of Triad Monk, you go out, it turns out you're in a submarine, so you're able to escape through going with a torpedo going up, and it's just, something that nowadays takes like fucking 7 hours and 5 missions to do. It was one single level in the original Duke.
Oh god.
One single. And it was amazing. And it was really good. And afterwards, when the real shit starts and Randy Pitchford has its moments, you realize how much you miss fucking John Romero. Because, again, I'm gonna quote this guy. He's a YouTuber by the name of CV11. He said, like, why did John Romero had such an ego? Because he made the video game equivalent of Thriller.
He did.
And yes, he did. He literally made level design a thing. Before him, there was no such thing as level design. People did not understand level design. Here comes fucking John Romero, puts out the first Doom, and his levels are literally the best in the fucking game. He did 7 of the 9 in the original first episode, and they're easily the best ones, except the last level, the Phobos Anomaly, which years after, he came back and he remade the level the way he envisioned it in the beginning. It's so good. I urge you to go and play it. It's really good.
I will. I have the Doom games. I'll give it a whirl.
Just get the GZ Doom.
Okay.
I mean, you know how to run GZ Doom, don't you?
I will try.
Okay, so here's a quick fucking cap how to.
We'll do that off podcast. We don't have to
So yeah, and after years, you start to appreciate the level design. You start to understand how level design works and and placements in there. So what Randy Pitchford did was, all these people who explain how to make good levels, who showed us how enemy placements in the enemy groupings and the enemy variety works and how stuff should be. Yeah, fuck them. I know better. So he made levels where literally the exit is right in front of you and can't get there. You have to go through all those hoopa loops to get to the other side of literally the equivalent of the next door.
Yep.
It's just, are you fucking demented, you sick son of a bitch? He also did Colonial Marines. I'm not even going to talk about Colonial Marines. Everything bad about Colonial Marines is there. But if you want to get to a grasp as to why Randy Pitchford is so fucking loved by me, and just watch the interview he made about, they asked him a lot about Colonial Marines. And I want you to watch that whole interview. I want you to listen exactly how he speaks. I'm not gonna even the fact that he thinks that Colonial Marines is a solid 7.5 or 8 game. That because Borderlands people thought it was a free. Not even gonna talk about that one. But he's an idiot savant. That's just like he's shit slinging like shit. And he struggled with Borderlands and the game is not good. But
he struggled with Borderlands, but the writing was decent, and the people behind the writing were the ones that actually pushed the game forward.
Exactly, because the writing is good. The gameplay was not good.
I wouldn't say the writing's good. I'd say the writing's okay.
No, it was funny for the time. It was good.
Borderlands 1, yes, and then Borderlands 2 pushed the envelope so far up its own ass that it just became annoying.
I actually played like a year ago for the first time Borderlands 2 with Vesco.
Yeah.
I must say it was one of the most boring experiences I've had because, Vesco knew what the fuck he was doing. I was just alongside tagging for the damage. Yeah. But it felt, if he wasn't there, I'd probably not
be bored out of your mind.
The game is boring. The game is absolutely boring.
It's just a loot shooter where enemies just take so much fucking damage at one point that you kind of go, what's the... Then it's basically an MMO. You kill the thing, you go back to base, give the quest back. Go kill the thing, go back to base to give the quest back. It's like just...
No, but the thing is like MMOs are usually more expensive. There are MMOs that feel different niches. These niches, you have the theme parky ones.
The stupid thing is, an MMO feels more fucking involved than a first-person shooter.
Yeah, that should never happen.
That should not happen. And with Borderlands, at one point, it feels like you're just going through the motions without even caring, because it's literally aim at enemy, shoot enemy, collect loot, go back to base. Aim at enemy, shoot enemy, go back to base. Oh, drive car, shoot enemy, go back to base.
Oh, the driving was so bad. Driving was literally tank controls. And mind you, I remember tank controls in fucking Shadow Warrior had really bad driving controls. Even though that's probably the first game I remember where you have driving sections in a FPS game ever. It's like 1996, 97. They were pretty bad. They were basic as fuck. And at some point you were literally driving a tank, so yeah, tank controls.
Regardless, it was just an absolute shit show. And I get it. It's funny when certain bits happen and you go, ha ha ha, that character said a funny. But if I have to play 3 hours for a 5-minute cutscene or a dialogue for, to make a funny, why would I bother carrying on?
And the game... at some point, especially in Borderlands 2, me and Vesco, I play games as easy as a fucking beer at this point. So it's like, I broke the game so many times. And it's like, at some point I was stuck between fucking textures and falling down. I was like, what the fuck going on there? Like, what the fuck out of it? I'm like,
it feels certain bits of that game, especially in the midsection when you get to the desert bit where like all the rocks and you can fall down and shit. That is one of the most broken areas I think I've ever been to in a game.
It's just not a good game. I know people have Borderlands 3. I want the game to flop because I want people to start slinging shit around the Pitchford. Yeah, this is like
I don't
The
even
world's a
know.
better place.
They've got the Fortnite money, and they got the Fortnite crowd, which are mainly 10-year-old kids who have no idea what the fuck they're doing. And they're gonna see this and they're gonna go, "It's on the store, let's buy it," and that's gonna be the main sell.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
just
because you know,
annoying.
actually, Fortnite kind of the original game, the original game that Fortnite uses the engine on. I fucking forgot what's the name. It's a zombie survival shooter with the cartoony graphics. It was actually pretty decent, but it was on the Epic Games Store. At that point, no one knew about fucking Epic Games. So
Oh,
guess how that one turned out. And then Fortnite came out, and many famous people started playing and got the kid to play it. So, so the Epic Games suddenly became a thing. And they kind of destroyed Paragon, which was one of the most fun games I saw. I was kind of happy. I wanted to play it.
But not a lot of people played it. And it came out at a time when all the MOBAs were a thing.
People played it. There was actually tournaments going on. It was like the people who actually played it. And the game looked really good. And the thing is, though, because it switched core mechanics 5 times, and that's never a good sign. It killed the player base. So you're literally killing the player base and blaming that there are no people playing it. So you're like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah, figure out which way this is going. Yeah.
Never piss off your core base.
Yep.
Never piss them off.
It's the last people you want to piss off. So last week, you gave me a film.
A spoopy film.
A very spoopy film which is on YouTube for those that want to have a look at it.
Well, takes it down.
I mean, yeah, unless it gets taken down, which I don't think it's gonna.
It's gonna at some point.
So this spoopy film goes under the name of Noroi the Curse, which is a Japanese picture done in the very similar to the Poughkeepsie tapes, and in the whole notion of it's a film disguised as documentary.
Yes, my favorite.
So it sucks you in from the very start because in your head, subconsciously, you're just watching a documentary. You're not watching a directed film. You're not watching a film that is like, it has producers and directors and actors. No, you're just watching a fucking documentary, and that's what makes this film work.
Yes.
So you follow Mr. Masafumi, Mr. Kobayashi, who is like a paranormal investigator. Who like
he's not a paranormal investigator. He's just a journalist who.
He is a paranormal expert. That's what he presents himself as at the start. He's done many books, and he produces books and documentaries about supernatural things going around Japan.
He's mostly. I mean, at this point he just explores these unrelated events that turn out to be.
No. It's even set in the wiki that he is a paranormal expert who produces a series of books and documentaries on supernatural activity.
I don't think that he was an expert.
No, they said at the start.
But in this particular case, he was documenting seemingly unrelated.
At the start, yes.
Because they were unrelated.
Because people were saying, "Oh, it's a paranormal. Come check it out." And he goes, "Okay, I'll come check it out. Let's see."
Kobayashi-san.
Kobayashi-sama.
Shinderu.
Nani? So it's him and Miyajima, who is his cameraman.
He doesn't really matter in the long run.
The thing is that they're the partners in crime in this case, and they go around Japan and they document like paranormal things.
He's the only person who actually survived this shit.
We're still not sure because he's still missing.
No, Kobayashi was the one missing.
Oh, Miyajima. Yeah, Miyajima survived.
Yeah, Miyajima somewhere. I mean, he called and escaped for some reason.
Miyajima-kun. So basically, the film starts with just some stock footage of Japan and all that. It's in the same vein as the Poughkeepsie tapes, where it's half found footage, half documentary. So it makes sense. And so it follows Mr. Kobayashi himself, and he's gone to this neighborhood somewhere in Tokyo, where a bunch of people in this block of flats, or is that block? It's not a block of flats. Sorry, it's a lady that has another lady neighboring her house. Basically, is like, oh, my neighbors. This lady called. Sorry, I'm trying to find her name. So this lady called Junko Ishii, she's my neighbor, and her son are always making weird noises, and I'm complaining they're very strange noises. What's going on? So Kobayashi goes to obviously see what's going on because it might be something spoopy. So he goes and knocks on this lady's door. She kicks him the fuck out, being an absolute asshole. And before there's like, can at least see your son? No, get out! How dare you speak to me like this? You stupid reporter, man. So they kick him out, and on the way out, you can kind of get a peek of the son who was staring at them through the blinds of the fucking window. It was like a creepy little child.
And a week later, she's dead.
No,
a week later,
the neighbor.
The neighbors.
Yeah, so there's pigeons everywhere. There's dead pigeons everywhere. So it's like, what's going on with this woman? Something's weird. Doesn't matter. It's sort of glanced over. It's like, the neighbor, she's an asshole. Okay. And later on in the film, we find out that the lady who was the neighbor is dead somehow. So then we
no, she died with her daughter in a car accident. Yeah. Apparently, she lost control over the... Yeah. I mean, this kind of ties in because it turns out that Kagutabe is a god of mischief.
Yep.
And he can seemingly create these incidents that turn into people's death.
So then we cut to a variety show. The most Japanese variety show I've ever seen. Which is basically a show about psychic children.
Yeah.
And they're testing allegedly these kids have psychic abilities. So, there's a host man and and a host lady, and they're testing the kids to see what psychic abilities they have. And they have this little test with a bunch of images hidden in cylinders, and they're like, okay, kids, draw the images that you see. Obviously, they don't see them. They don't see the images. So, obviously, they test the kids. Only one girl, Kana, she does really well, and at the very end, before they pull out the last image, she draws a weird looking face, which turns out to be that's not the image, but she still draws the weird looking fucking face. Whew, that's a creepy fucking image. So
I mean, I think those those faces, the way they look, they remind me of Princess Mononoke's.
The her mask, yeah.
And no, not just the mask. I mean, what was that? The worms.
The forest spirits worms, yeah, and its mask. But so then they get Mr. Hori, who is he's like a psychic himself, to get him on the show. And he wears a tinfoil hat and coat. He's fucking great. I love him. He's great. He's a weird man. And he keeps talking about these ectoplasmic worms all the time. He's like, I will protect you from the worms. It's just weird, man. It's the start of this film kind of leaves you scratching your head, and you're like, huh? I thought this was about a curse, but then nothing. And,
but what is the curse?
Yeah.
Just you fucking wait, motherfucker.
So then we cut to a different show where 3 actors are going to this weird orchard / shrine because it's a spooky show, and they're going to go have a look at what's going on. Then all of a sudden, the girl actor, Marika
Matsumoto. By the way, that is her real life name.
I know, she's an actual actress.
And do you know what she did?
What?
She's the voice of Riku in the Final Fantasy series.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh, get this shit. Apparently, I mean, I'm literally looking from the IMDb. Most of the people played themselves.
Yep, a lot of people did play themselves. So
which is fucking amazing, because that just brings kind of fucking validity.
That makes it even scarier. Very scary. But the spooky. The film, okay, it can get a bit convoluted if you're not following it, because again, it's very Asian, it's very Japanese, in a sense that
Japanese.
they start a lot of plot threads. In the first, I want to say 35, 40 minutes, there's a lot of plot threads going. You've got Kana and her family. You got this man with a tinfoil hat. That's what I'm saying. Just listen, okay. Then we got Mr. Kobayashi himself doing the thing. He's going around asking the people. Then all of a sudden the Kagutaba gets mentioned, which is the god of mischief or a demon that gets summoned in this one village near Tokyo, which is now not a village. It is now sunk under a dam because they built a dam there. Then they look at this other guy. They try to find this guy in a building somewhere, and he's harvesting pigeons for whatever reason. And at this point, you're like, okay. Huh? You're like, there's quite a bit going on here, but it all gets tied up in a really neat bow halfway through after that.
I mean, like I said, this movie is basically because it follows a lot of plot threads and ties them in with the Kagutaba.
Yeah,
that's the thing, though. Because I mean, some of them just stop, like the neighbor in the beginning. That plot thread stops.
Yep.
Some of kind of plot it kind of goes on, but it kind of doesn't.
Yep.
So does Morika's, but the other ones, like the guy that they find afterwards, it just stops because
he was just a cog in the machine, basically. But what it is they say, okay, Marika heard a voice, and that's why she freaked out and she basically passed out. So they're like, oh, we have to help Marika. She's clearly, in danger. So Mr. Kobayashi goes to see her at her flat to make sure she's okay. And they speak to the neighbor as well, who's also hearing weird voices. That neighbor dies later on.
Mm-hmm.
But basically anything that gets associated with this Kagutaba thing dies. And everybody associated with it, they sleepwalk a lot, and they tie nooses. Like, let's say they have a rope in the house. They wake up the next morning, and that rope is tied into like a million tiny nooses. Same thing with cables. Anything that can get tied gets tied. Then later on in we get like a mass suicide of not mass, but like group suicide of like 7 people. One of them was the guy who was harvesting pigeons, by the way. They all hang themselves off this like swing. And so this, obviously, Mr. Kobayashi at this point is like researching this Kagutaba thing. He's like, what's going on? What is this thing? Why does it keep getting mentioned? And it all gets connected to this village that is called... I have lost the name of the village. Shimokage Village. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Stay with me here. So... he's like, oh, I need to find where this village is. I need to go speak to these people, see what's going on. People are dying, And obviously, as I said before, the village was buried under a dam. All he can get is some archival footage from this guy. And he's like, here's the archival footage of the last time people in that village performed the ritual of the Kagutaba. He goes, what do you mean ritual? He goes, well, at one point, they used sorcery to summon the thing. Oh, okay. And then every year, they did a ritual where they, they did like a ritualistic theater thing, like a theatrical thing. It's like a weird ritual where they seal it away again. They have to do it every year, so they appease the spirit, so the spirit doesn't go on about, causing mischief and killing things. So they show this footage. It's like a very specific traditional thing in Japan, or in that specific village where... obviously, there's a lady with a Kagutaba mask, and she's dancing around, and her dad, who is the priest of the village, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to stop it," and he does the thing where you bow once, you clap 4 times, you bow again, and that's how afterwards you throw the sickle and you husk the dog, and you tell dog bark at the spirit, and I will throw the sickle at the spirit, and we will appease it, and the spirit will no longer bother us, for another year. However, he does the thing, and the lady that's in the mask starts freaking the fuck out because she is now possessed by the damn thing. And her name
is Junquish.
Is the same lady from the start who was shouting at them.
Mm-hmm.
And I got shivers, when they said it. I was like, huh. because Mr. Kobayashi doesn't realize it at first. He's like, "That's a weird name. Okay, I'm gonna go visit this small town that was close to the village. See what the people have to say. Because that's where everybody that used to live in the village. That's where they all moved out before the village got demolished for the sake of the dam. And there's this one lady in the fucking village, yeah, a one weird lady that nobody wants to speak to, that has a weird son." And it's still her. It's still Junko Ishii. But he realizes it then that it was like, she's the one that got possessed. She might be the reason this is happening. However, after Marika's neighbor dies, they take her in. Mr. Kobayashi takes her into his home. And we get a really, really fucking good scene where she's like, the wife is filming it. And Marika's like cooking for her. She's like, "I'm going to go get. Do you want some Tabasco sauce for this?" She goes, "Yeah, I'll have some Tabasco sauce for this." She gets up, and we get the Blair Witch thing where she kind of stops and doesn't move for a bit. Except it's Japanese, and it's
creepy,
and it's terrifying because she stops, wiggles a little. And instead of just standing there while the other person freaks the fuck out and points the camera in their back, she starts making the grudge noises. Like this very guttural sort of, After which she starts screaming, collapses, and as she's doing that, a bunch of fucking pigeons smack the door, smack the windows. It was a really good scene. I genuinely kind of went, "Oh, no. I should."
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, exactly. And okay, so Marika's possessed now. So they go, "Oh, we have to rescue Marika. So let's go to the village where it used to be. Let's go to the dam. Let's take Tinfoil Man. He'll help us." And
Tinfoil Man's getting worse and worse.
He's getting progressively worse because Kana, the girl from before that saw the spirit, apparently, she's gone now. She's been missing for months.
Which is pretty weird because they never actually explain how
she disappears.
Yeah.
But you kind of get it though. So she's missing. So he's like upset because he met her at the show and he really, not fancied her, but he liked her. So he tries to protect her, but he got very upset because he couldn't protect her. So they get to the village.
Because mom's spaghetti.
Because actually, yeah, literally mom's spaghetti. So they get to the dam, and they perform the ritual again where Marika does the whole bow, clap 4 times, bow, cut the cord, use the sickle, and she allegedly gets free from it, supposedly, because she's like, "Oh, I feel much better."
No, you forgot the doggos.
Shit, I forgot. So on the first trip to the small town that's close by to the dam, there are dogs everywhere. And villagers they said the villagers use the dogs to drive the Kagutaba away because it's afraid of dogs. You're like, okay, there's doggos here. They're all barking. That's cool. So on the way back to the dam, they go through the same rural town again. There are no dogs.
And no one knows what the fuck's going on.
And they're all like, "Why is it so quiet? Where are all the dogs?" Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's go perform this ritual so Marika can be free of the demon. So they do the ritual. She's free of the demon. Then Tinfoil Man freaks the fuck out. Tells him, "Come back. Please come back. The demon's after you again." So they all get in the car. And as they get in the car... actually, no, they don't get in the car. Marika and the cameraman get in the car while Hiro, the Tinfoil Man, runs off into the forest because he can hear Kana's voice. Again, very Japanese, very weird. It's kind of hard to explain because it's found footage, so bear with me. So obviously Kobayashi chases after him. At this point, Marika does the same thing in the car where she kind of stops and starts doing the grudge noises again. Again, super terrifying scene. And this is like intercut between the Kobayashi in the forest chasing Tinfoil Man and her in the car. And as they're going through the forest at this point, they're booking it, and it's like, obviously, it's gone dark now. There are dog corpses everywhere. it's like there's dead dogs, entrails, guts, all that kind of shit, like absolutely everywhere. And it's kind of like you know that moment in like a horror, like an American horror film where, oh, they've entered the slaughter room and there's slaughter everywhere, and you kind of go, eh. Except here it's like, these are all entrails. Enjoy, and you're like, oh, why am I like queasing? You know, why am I going, no, not my thing. So obviously Marika feels better, but at that point it goes super dark in the other bit where Kobayashi is in the forest. So he decides to switch to night vision as he starts hearing baby voices or baby cries everywhere. So he's like, what's going on? Let me switch on the night vision. And there is a little girl at the shrine with babies crawling towards her, crawling all over her. And she has a weird fucking face. And then we cut to the next bit of the film.
I mean, that was Kana, though.
Yeah, but you don't really understand that it's her. If like apart from Mr. Tinfoil shouting her name, like you can't really. He said, "Oh, I can hear her. I can hear her." Then all of a sudden we cut to that, and your brain, when you watch it, your brain doesn't connect it at first because you're looking at the thing going, "What the fuck is going on here?" And then you go, "Huh?" And then it stops, and you're like, "What? Huh? Who?" Bearing in mind, I forgot to mention that apparently the crazy lady, she used to work at a nursing clinic or like a birth.
No, the abortion.
Oh, at the abortion clinic, yeah. And apparently,
yeah,
there were rumors going around that she was taking the fetuses home.
Yeah,
that's all I heard. I'm like, oh Japan, why Japan? Japan, don't do this to me, Japan. So, yeah, by the way, I forgot to say Marika's neighbor, the one that we said that died, she hung herself using the exact same nooses that Marika herself was tying. And everybody else that hung themselves had those nooses they were tying together. That was never connected, by the way. I never understood that. So, I'm looking at the wiki so I can remind myself because I only finished watching it today.
I mean, which part don't you remember? Do you remember?
So Marika and Hori are taken to hospital, yeah?
Oh yeah, this is afterwards, and they try and go try and get answers from East.
So at this point, yeah, Kobayashi's
and
like,
they find Kana's boy.
Yeah, Kobayashi's like, no, this woman is responsible for all this because clearly she's the one possessed. Let's go fuck this woman up. Let's see what I want answers. I want truths. Like people can't be tormented all the time. And so they go back to her house, and the whole village is covered in the nooses now. Her whole house is covered in nooses, and the pigeons, because apparently pigeons are the omen. And they go upstairs to where she is, and she has hung herself. Oh no! But her son, the little boy, he is still alive. The little boy.
And then Kana's
there, but she is dead. Oh no! So yeah. And they find the boy, and oh, the poor boy, how this woman has been tormenting him his whole life. Let's adopt the boy.
That's gonna end up well,
like,
Kappa.
Kobayashi, fucking idiot. you bless.
I mean, he didn't know.
No, he didn't. He's like the sweetest guy as well. I see him and I go, "You're a kind man." You know when you look at somebody and you go, "Yeah, you look like you're cool. You look nice." So he decides to adopt the boy because clearly he's like, oh, he's just a tormented boy. We can get him back to to normal, to like a normal state. Maybe he'll be fine. They have some omu rice together. That's a really lovely dish. So at that point, the historian from before, the same one that was showing Kobayashi how everything about the Kagutaba, finds an ancient scroll, okay? So he shows a scroll that describes how the Kagetaba was first summoned in the village. So this is a bit, again, very Asian, very Japanese. So the sorcerers of the village used baby monkeys. Okay. So they killed the baby monkeys in sacrifice, and they fed them to a medium who would, embody the demon.
And guess what the baby monkeys were in this case?
Guess what it turns out? That the crazy lady has been using the fetuses from the abortion clinic, and she was feeding Kana with them in order to get the Kagetaba to summon it.
Oof, that's a big oof.
Oof. At this point, Marika's fine, by the way. She's recovered. She's back on TV. Hori is dead. The tinfoil man. He's found inside a fucking duct.
No. This happens afterwards. First he escapes from the mental institution.
Yeah, and he's found dead a day later.
No.
I'm saying no. This is afterwards. This is the reveal at the end of the film. I'm going chronologically.
Even afterwards, because first of all we have to say that Kobayashi's mansion burns.
I'm saying let me get to that. That's at the end.
And his body is not found while his wife is burned. Body is there.
Yeah. So the movie supposedly ends with Kobayashi's missing, huh? But that's said at the start anyway, and Hori is dead. And then the company that is in charge of making this film for him, they get his camera with an intact tape inside. So they want to see what's going on with this tape. So yeah, Miyajima he's the cameraman, and he receives the video camera, and basically Hori shows up at the house having escaped the mental asylum somehow, and he's like, "What are you doing with the rock? Please, no, don't do this. You're a nice guy. Please don't attack me with the rock." So fucking Hori comes into the house, and he's like, "The Kagetaba is still here, and I'm gonna rescue you from the Kagetaba." And with the rock, he goes in, grabs the boy, who I don't think he's ever named. So the boy, turns out that he was the demon the whole time, and his mother was the one being not mother, she's like an adopted mother, but she's the one that was being manipulated by him. So anyway, he's the demon himself. So Hori jumps him, bashes his head in with a rock. What can I hear? I'm hearing stuff.
Oh no, you're hearing stuff.
I'm hearing people behind you or something.
No, it's fine.
I thought I heard the Kagetaba. So then he bashes the boy's head in. The camera glitches, and the boy is back up on his feet, and he has the face of the Kagetaba all bloodied up. And you can see Kana's ghost behind him.
And Hori is going bonk.
And the medium tinfoil man is going bonkers. Then all of a sudden, Kobayashi's wife gets possessed as well, and she starts making the grudge noises. And
which is kind of weird as to how the fuck did he do that one?
I don't know how that works, but the Kagetaba was never fully explained. And then fucking tinfoil man leaves with the boy, in brackets and fucking inverted commas. Then Keiko, who's the wife of Kobayashi, sets herself on fire, and the whole house burns down. And that's how we find out, what's been going on, or how those events came by. And here comes the the memes. So here comes the thing. Here's the one major difference between Asian horror or in this case Japanese horror,
Japanese,
and Western horror. If this were a Western horror film, at this point we would have had a resolution. We would have found out why the demon was so demonic and what happened in its previous life and why is it so tragic that the demon is like this, or why is the demon pure evil. And they would have found a way to stop the demon and made some sacrifices along the way and maybe supposedly rescue themselves forever from this horrible curse with a stinger at the end that, hopes for a sequel. In this case, in the very Japanese case, there is no such thing. You have a pissed off demon or a pissed off ghost. That is it. You are fucked.
They did summon him because the original village was for sorcerers, so they did sorcerers shit, and they were Western. They did say they were Western sorcerers.
Yeah, but the thing is,
witchery.
It's an Asian ghost. It is pissed off. You can't run from it. You can't stop it.
Well, technically they could.
But they never figured it out as well.
I mean, sure.
Again, in typical Japanese fashion, there's no appeasing the ghost, appealing to the ghost. There's no, let's go burn the ashes, or let's figure out what's happened in its past. No, it's...
I mean, they did try and do that.
They did try, but it's also, again, this thing is roaming free now. There's no taking it back. It's literally, you're fucked, your family's fucked, your friends are fucked, your house is fucked.
Your dog's fucked.
Your dogs are fucked. Your cats, your pigeons. You were a dead man. Everything is fucked.
And you witness it all.
Yep. And you'll be the last one to be tormented until eternity. Enjoy Japanese ghosts. I used to want to go to Japan. I saw this film. I don't want to go to Japan anymore. I don't want to go find the Kagatama. I don't want to, I don't want to be doing that, man. That was a good film. It was a really not entertaining. It was very sort of spooky, scary time. This is way too real, and it's the proper way to use found footage, not like fucking Blair Witch or anything like that, where you get Mexicans, Mexicans cocking shotguns going, let's smoke these bitches.
Let's smoke these bitches. Who do you think I am? Sherlock Holmes?
Sherlock Holmes?
Wait, essay. No, but the thing is, Blair Witch did start this whole trend.
They did, but also Blair Witch was boring. Blair Witch is one of the most boring films I have ever watched.
I mean, a lot of the films, especially Blair Witch, did a lot of good.
No, I'm not saying that they did bad or anything like that, but Blair Witch, at the end of the day, is not an entertaining picture until the very, 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 very end.
I mean, it's a slow burner. Point of it. I wish everything was slow burner and understood how to do it most of the time. It's not like now. It's in your face, man.
No, true.
Electric boogaloo, jump scare galore.
But this one is just good. And it's quite...
I mean, this is the same thing. It's a slow burner.
Yep.
And it builds up and it does it. I mean, Blair Witch had 5 minutes of where the slow burning turned into something. This was a little more 20,
this was a bit more, but this was quite a bit of mystery as well. And you're unwrapping the whole thing with the characters because... You yourself...
Did you see the remake of Blair Witch?
The remake?
Yes. It's like a 2017 or 2016 version of Blair Witch.
Serious? Oh, I heard about that, yeah.
Oh, it's kind of funny. I mean, it did really do some really good stuff. That's about it.
It up. Blair Witch remake. Oh yeah, 2016 American supernatural horror film. Well, Adam Wingard was the director.
I mean, it did make actually some good... There was some good things in it. A lot of time fuckery going on.
Time fuckery.
But, it's just one of those middling movies because some things should have been handled better, but they were not.
Fair enough.
And it was the things that were done well were not done really... I mean, they were overshadowed by the things that were done badly.
I forgot to say, I saw Velvet Buzzsaw last night.
Oh, did you see finally Velvet Buzzsaw?
The fuck was that movie about?
It's more like a... How should I put it? when you live long enough, you become the meme.
It's just one of the dumbest sort of pointless films.
I mean, it wasn't pointless. It's more like,
regardless.
take it like this. It's a movie that focuses on a particular style, particular people and the what's the word for it? And the quirks in that particular lifestyle and how the deficiencies cause the end of it. It's like, Final Destination.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like the artsy version of it.
I guess.
Where in Destination, they're gonna die for some dumb reason, but the thing is, like, the creative ways they die. Oh, this is kind of it, but not exactly.
Kind of, but not really. Anyway, this movie was a good time. That Noroi.
I remember a medieval. You should check a medieval.
Okay, so I have a few films in mind for you.
Okay.
Which is the weird part, because I'm not exactly sure which one to give you. Because I have.
Yeah, give me genres. I'll choose genres.
Well,
genre.
One is an action.
Okay.
They're both action films, to be honest. To be perfectly honest, and one of them, for me, is. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just look these up again. To me personally, one's like kind of stylized but pretty good, and it's my favorite Luc Besson film ever. He produces it. He doesn't direct it. He just produces it.
And what's the other?
And the other is relatively new and only came out recently.
Give me the new one. I the new one.
Well, can I tell you? Right. One of them, the one that was I'm telling the Luc Besson one is called Wasabi. You've probably seen it. Wasabi is
Yeah, Wasabi. I know fucking Wasabi.
Everybody knows Wasabi. It's fucking great, man.
Come on, I used to watch this shit when I was.
It was on Diema all the time. Come on.
I know this movie in and out.
Triple Frontier.
This one sounds familiar. Let me just double.
Triple Frontier. You will look at the cast and you will say,
"Oh yeah, I watched this."
Oh, you watched
pretty
it?
Fucking bad.
Oh, never mind. We're not going to talk about Triple Frontier then.
It was pretty bad.
I haven't watched it yet myself, but.
Okay, the thing about Triple Frontiers, as I watched it last week, but I held off on talking about it.
Oh, okay.
The problem with the with Triple Frontier is like you saw the trailers.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think the movie is about?
It's about these army guys going on a heist.
Okay, so what the fuck happens? Do you think happens after the heist?
They break up because they're trying to be friends, but they can't be friends.
No.
Oh.
No, it's dumber.
Oh?
It's way dumber.
Oh.
So the fleeing with the money, and they break down. I'm gonna say Peru, I don't know, somewhere else.
Okay.
And they try to get away with some of the money because they can't carry all of it. Fair enough. But due to a circumstance that happens at the village, they become pursued by one kid with a gun that ends up killing Ben Affleck.
Oh.
And there is this really slow burner of action scene that's kind of lost. I mean, it's a movie that lacks all of it. Because I was thinking, so now they're running away from the cartel, and the cartel's gonna go after them. Nope, they don't fucking go after them. It's just one guy with a gun.
Oh.
Just that, man.
Huh?
It's
after the professional army people.
Yes, and he manages to kill one of them. Because he killed his granddaddy and he was tracking them all this time and yada yada yada. And they have this big emotional moment where their buddy is dead, but they rally and get the money back and they make money for his family. And I just, there was a lot of ways this movie could have gone. They literally took the worst way out of it. It's like, you could make a really decent chase movie, you don't. You can make a really good Last Stand movie, you don't. You can make a really good Friends Turn Into Enemies movie, you don't. You go into this weird direction, it makes... And the cast is fucking stellar, though.
That's what I'm saying, the cast is fucking great.
I mean, you have Affleck, Oscar Isaac, Charlie Hunnam. I mean, And then it ends up with what I just fucking said. You're like, oh.
This upsets me. This upsets me greatly.
It did upset me also.
Because I kind of liked the cast, and I thought I will watch this. Right. I kind of don't know what to give you now because I'm kind of lost as to what.
Okay, so you know John Wick gonna come out soon.
John Wick 3, yes.
Before it comes out, let's watch the Raid 1.
Shit. Well, that breaks the rules though, because the Raid.
It does. But let me put it like this: it's an action movie.
Yeah.
I was planning to give it to you next week, and since I've seen both movies, I don't even watch to. I don't even need to watch it again to actually go home and talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's go with the Raid 1.
Fuck it. Yes, we're gonna watch the Raid 1 next week.
Because like I said, in that short fucking moment in the Parabellum trailer number 2.
Yeah, that's the two guys. From
yeah, you haven't seen Mad Dog. You haven't seen how to properly build a badass.
Is that is that one of the fights that starts from the elevator and moves out, or is it?
No. Fucking, he's an endgame boss.
He's an endgame boss.
He's an endgame boss. You
need all the levels to fight him.
I mean, he's just. Let me just find the name of the actor, because it's not. Yayan Urukyan. I know I fucking saw that one.
Of course.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Parabellum. I mean, he was in Star Wars: The Force Awakens video game.
He was.
What?
All of them were also in The Force Awakens, the first one.
I don't remember that. Who the fuck were they?
They were in The Force Awakens. They are the big, when we first get to the Millennium Falcon, and Han meets Rey for the first time, and we have these like weird this group of mercenaries that shows up and gets eaten by the monsters.
Yeah.
That was the cast of the Raid.
That's so fucking bad, man. These are fucking talented individuals who
deserve better.
Okay. I mean, it's good that they got some mainstream a little bit, but literally underusing.
I have a feeling that they're gonna. I have a feeling that they're gonna use them for the Knights of Ren. For Kylo Ren's posse.
Didn't they die though?
No, but I'm saying they can still use the same guys. They're great stuntmen / martial artists. So.
Nah, I mean, fuck this. I mean, just let it die. Just fit. No, please, no more. No one fucking cares about Boba Fett. No one fucking cares. Han Solo was a fucking piece of shit, and I refused to watch it with the pansexual robot.
The pansexuals are here. Yeah,
I don't want to even talk about that one.
Anywho,
it's just I want you to witness how to properly build a badass.
I will witness it. It's not a problem.
How to properly do a fight scene. I want you to witness how to make a badass without even having to use words. I want you to witness how to emphasize on certain things when you create a fight scene. This is some fucking Bruce Lee level shit, because Bruce Lee, and he's the last time I talked about this.
Facebook, I'm sorry.
I mean, the way that Bruce Lee did stuff, it's it was based on speed and on the quickness and people not expecting it, and the snap, but that's not the only one. The snap. I mean,
the 1-inch punch and all that. Fucking Bruce Lee.
I mean, he could pull it off because he's once in a fucking lifetime. I mean, you don't see people like that anymore. Not ever. You probably never will. But these people, they emphasize on different things. And when they emphasize it, they're fucking animals.
Yep.
Holy shit! I mean, I want you, the first fight scene. I want you to pay expert attention between Mad Dog and the captain of the thing. Let me just find Dagu. I think it was. Can't remember exactly.
I will pay many attentions, but let's leave that for next week.
Just watch that. Oh no, wait! It was Jaka. I think it was Jaka. Jota. Yeah, it's Jota Slim. I want you to play the fight between expert attention between Jaka and Mad Dog. How it's panned out, how it's made, how the choreography is, and how it just progresses. And you understand why I'm still raving about this fucking movie. Because
I will have a big looks at it.
It's just so fucking crazy.
Okay. So, this has been a good time. This has been episode 15. 15 of the podcast.
The name should be Curse Me Daddy.
Yes, that's the name. So, episode 15. Next week, we are watching The Raid, and we're going to be talking about The Raid.
Yes, because you haven't seen the first one.
I haven't. Because I'm an idiot. Fuck me, Evo. If anybody wants to ask us any questions or anything like that, head over to the Facebook page and just leave a message. The Facebook page is the same as the name of the podcast.
You know, there was the allegations that came out that Randy Pitchford siphoned money from Alien Isolations to make Borderlands 2.
Yep.
Oh, that they just seem more and more true by the minute. I mean, this is pretty fucking old, but where the fuck did the money from for this one come out from? Well, for Borderlands 3 come out, because, you know, they haven't actually released shit in ages.
True.
Thinking emoji. Thinking. I mean, oh, by the way, what did you think about Sekiro having an easy difficulty?
Stupid. No point.
You know that they literally made the game to make you feel like you're a complete fucking spastic while playing it on the easy.
Yeah.
And you know people complained about it.
People are fucking assholes. Right.
That's why you don't fucking do it.
Just don't. You've made a hard game. Leave it as a hard game. Don't bother making it easy. Jesus. Fucking Christ.
I mean, imagine going back to the Apogee days.
No.
And playing some of the games there. Imagine playing the original Jim Norwood games. Oh, by the way, he's behind some of the most swollen levels in Shadow Warrior.
Of course he is.
Big fucking surprise, considering the fact that he did Biomenace. And trust me, you don't want to play Biomenace.
No, I don't. I've seen Biomenace many times, and I don't want to even touch it.
That game, it's just not okay. That's not okay. That's not normal. That's not normal. And this is why we had our hero is called fucking John Romero. This is why he's our hero.
Right. I'm going to play some music to send us off. Again, you can find us on Mixcloud, on YouTube, and on Facebook, and all the relevant links are going to be in the description of this, wherever you're listening to. Again, if you want to ask us a question, get over to Facebook, like the page, and send us a message, and we'll answer it on the next podcast. Okay, then.
If it's not something quickly, we can answer it on the next podcast. If it's something really important, we can answer it on the spot.
Yeah, that's true. Just ask us anything. Message me on WhatsApp, and message me personally on Facebook, and I will answer the question myself using this voice specifically.
And not to mention, you can ask him on chat roulette.
Ask me on Chatterbait and on
Chatterbait.
on an Omegle. Yeah, okay.
I can almost imagine it. Yeah.
Right, I'm playing the music. See you all next week on the Voices from Behind podcast.